tensions that have been rising between Russia and Ukraine, and what it means for our markets and its investors here at home. Jordan Strauss is with us, Managing Director at the Kroll Institute. Thank you so much for joining us. We know clearly we've seen the beefing up of military and more. What is it that investors need to know here as we see the tensions on the rise? Sectors to watch here as investors here at home. Thank you so much, Jordan Strauss, Kroll Institute. It's good to chat with you about this. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Thank you. PE. And it got some positive comments here from JP Morgan today. I know it's on your radar. Tell us a little bit about Lumentum, George. Active PE than so many of the tech stocks here. And it's interesting because it had recently, it was at 108 in December. That was the recent high, roughly. Yep. And it did last in the earnings I watched in May, that big gap down during earnings. So it can make these big, huge moves. But over 6 months, it still has shown to be a winner. Your thought on your trade here? Noting and writing down Lumentum, L-I-T-E. Thank you for today's disruptor. We appreciate it. George Sillis, thank you very, very much. Good to see you. Coming up to have you both on this day. What an exciting time. Ross, I'll start with you. You've always loved Tesla from the bottom of your heart. We will move on to, and I know you both have different targets, but similar in that you're both believers in the electric vehicles and Tesla in particular. So Garrett, I know you have a 1250 target and a buy rating. Tell me a little bit about Tesla's plans, the way they've been going. That would be the positive scenario. I know you had, you mentioned that 1250 was your base case. I'd love to know what the bull case is here. I mean, there are some risks that you noted in your note, including the obvious of competition, but regulatory risks, the potential of capital raises, weak sales growth than expected, those types of things. You did mention the expansion in India. There's a lot of things that are going on, but what is your bull case scenario here if 1250 is your base case gap from Elon Musk? And if he stops selling stock, which he did at least for now, that gives some relief to investors too. Ross, you were looking, you said, I want to hear more from Elon Musk about the Austin plant, Cybertrucks. These are some of the things that you're going to be looking for. At the same time, we all saw your Twitter feed where you were there driving a Lucid. So expand, what would you, just quickly, what would you ask Elon Musk? What do you really want to know? And what other EV makers do you really like? I have to leave it right there. I would love to hang out with Garrett and Ross for a long period of time and talk about our love of EVs and what the future will bring, particularly as we've seen oil on the run higher, which you mentioned as well. Gentlemen, great to see you both. Garrett Nelson of CFRA and Ross Gerber behind the strength in this area of home sales. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this was a great report for the housing market, and it's
not as brutal as it could have been, right?
Yeah, I think builders have
a lot of the talk today, too, is that maybe people knowing well that we will likely see a rise in mortgage rates, which to your point, as you're getting closer to 3.75%, that if someone wanted to get something done, they better get it done sooner than later. Even if it's out of your price range, you go ahead, you bite the bullet. And we saw some of that because this really is the slower season. I mean, this is not, traditionally the great housing season. Jeff Tucker, great to see you. It's a great day to speak with you, particularly on Fed Day, where we're expecting rising rates and the Fed really translating that to us even today. Jeff Tucker, chief economist at Zillow. Thank you. And of course, new home sales news. Still ahead in the second half. I thought that it was very interesting in your notes that you would have welcomed a hike today. The Fed is behind the curve. In fact, the Fed acknowledging today that the supply chain issues are larger and lasting longer than they originally thought. Well, we don't know how many rate hikes they plan on doing. I mean, we've heard everything from 2, 3, 4 to 6 at this point, noting some of the economic risks that now remain because of the Omicron variant. But we do have Jay Powell today saying if the Omicron variant moves out quickly, that the economic hits that it's taking will also, as far as sectors you like, I mean, just to state the obvious here, utilities, financials, anything else?
Yes, exactly. Utilities, finance.
Orlando, thank you so much of Thornburg Investment Management. It's great to see you. Thank you here with us
Nicole.
today. I appreciate it. Great day to be on with us. Thank you.
Yes.
Still ahead,
It's gonna be fun.
let's talk all about Microsoft. Microsoft is leading the way on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Founder, Chief Investment Officer at Boca Capital Partners, and John Freeman, Vice President, Equity Research at CFRA. It's my understanding you both like Microsoft here. So what impressed you most, Kim? As you said, the quarter was impressive. Why?
Sure. Well, you look at the statistics that the company gave, and there's this little
$97 target. You pulled that back just a little bit. What were your thoughts? Why pulling back $5 on the look? You're mentioning the different areas and segments within Microsoft that, for the most part, show this continued strength. I mean, we did see a note from Stifel talking about the strong quarter, another strong quarter, to your point, John. Sequential deceleration in Azure growth created initial noise on the print because we did see a little bit of a sell-off, but that these concerns were quickly allayed with the management's guide of quarter-over-quarter acceleration for Azure's growth going forward. Kim, you're still a fan of Microsoft. Is this a tech play? Is it just that Microsoft is the behemoth and the leader that it is? Its expansion into gaming. What is it about Microsoft that impresses you most going forward? As we take a look not only at Microsoft, but also at the group, I mean, we've had a broad-based sell-off in technology overall, and some names that have really been beaten down, right? When you look at some of the other tech peers, such as Amazon and Apple, and, you like and own Microsoft. Is there something else in the tech realm that is of interest to you that you think provides more reward than risk?
Sure. Well, isn't that always the case? That's what we're looking for.
Great to chat with you, as this has certainly been a leader. We're seeing Microsoft up 3.5% at $298.80, up over $10 as we speak. So leading the way as a leader, no doubt. Nice to see you both, John and Kim. Thank you. John Freeman of CFRA and Kim Forrest of Boca Capital Partners. Thank you both very much. Thank you, friends, for being with us here every single day on the watch list. We appreciate